Lace up those shoes and get your big ass up, because we're talking about movement. Whether you're running, jumping, sliding, or grappling, you're always on the move in games. And this to me is the most important mechanic. From the very start of the game to the very last scene, the one thing you will always be controlling is the movement. And if you can't get that right, you probably have a shitty game on your hands. Recently, I played an FPS that was in a playtest with some of the best fast-paced movement I've seen in a while. This game was called The Finals. In this game, the main objective was to collect some pennies, get them to the vault, but with the whole objective being solely to get money to a vault without getting it stolen by other players, there's going to be a whole lot of sprinting around. And in this movement is where the game shines. There's 3 body types: light, medium, and fat. The light body type is able to duck, dodge, dash, and grapple their way around the map very quickly and responsively. I felt as if I was able to get through windows and jump from building to building with little to no issues. This paired with the grappling hook is seamless, so you can hook yourself onto anything and propel yourself even further than any regular jump can do. Now with the heavy body type, you're not anywhere close to running as fast or jumping as high, but what you are able to do is break through walls. The chargeability that you get plays into the heavy's movement because you're able to break through mostly all walls. So even though you're not able to swing and jump around with a grappling hook, they're still able to make their own path using this unique movement ability. Another game with some crisp movement is a game from FromSoft called Armored Core. This game has, in my humble opinion, the best movement of any FromSoft game, or in that matter, any Souls-like game out right now. From the dashing to the flying and especially to the dodging, the combat movement in this game is top tier. And if you haven't played it yet, then I think you should go play right now and stop missing out. Now I'm gonna go outside of movement just a little bit and speak on how tight and small the hitboxes are. I remember one of the fights I was in, some of the shots I was shooting were passing right through the enemy's legs. Now this connects to movement because with the small hitboxes means that quick or minor dodges mean everything to you not getting hit with the thousands of bullets flying at you at once. Now there's a specific movement mechanic that I always think improves gameplay tremendously. This mechanic is grappling hooks. Mwah. This little device here can make a shitty game into an okay game and a good game into a great game. It's something about it that just brings out the primal instinct to swing like a monkey. The best example of this is probably Spider-Man. If you really think about it, when he uses his webs to swing around, it's basically just grappling hooks, and it's just so fun. I went through this whole game never using the fast travel system, which for me is surprising because I'm always wanting to get to my destination as fast as possible when I play. But in this game, no matter how many times I may have swung by the same building, it was still fun the whole time. Moving on to cameras, they play a huge part in movement as well. Depending on if you're playing a first person or a third person game, the camera may have a huge effect on it. For example, in a third person game, if the camera continuously gets stuck behind an object like a tree or a bush or some other bullshit and you're unable to see, then you're obviously unable to move correctly as well. So I feel like having a good camera and good movement, they're both kind of one and the same. So with all that being said, I'm really able to tell if I'm not going to like a game in the first about 20 minutes to an hour based on just the movement alone. Even if I enjoy other aspects of a specific game, bad movement completely throws me out of any type of immersion that it tries to put me in and is a major distraction. It can also be a bad sign for things to come if a developer can't even get the basics down.